ESPN 94.1 FM and AM 930 present The Drive.
It is Thursday, December 7th. Your drive begins now on ESPN 94.1 and AM 930. I'm your host, Paul Swann. We're going to open up our text line this hour. It's 304-396-TALK, 304-396-8255 to be a part of today's show. You know, I usually say we got a lot to get into. We got a lot to get into today. Boy, do we got a lot to get into. It's kind of calmed down a little bit since yesterday, don't you think? Just a little bit. Yesterday was kind of crazy, of course. We had all of the news going on about the transfer portal, Cam Fancher entering the transfer portal, then comments reported by Channel 13's Cassidy Wood about what Coach Huff had to say in response to a question she asked of him. The internet goes crazy. People getting mad, people getting upset. There's other drama going on. It's just a goofy, nutty day yesterday. And then we got the Marshall basketball game, the Thundering Herd falling in that contest to Duquesne, 85-72. So more of a, I don't know how to describe it. Herds lost 4 straight. So where are we at today? Today's a different day, and there's just been a different level of crazy going on today. I've had several people reach out to me. Some not so credible as far as where they heard this from, and then some, okay, I'm going to pay attention to you because you're a little bit more credible than the other people. But there's been this swirl of, hey, is Coach Huff resigning? Is Coach Huff going to leave? Yeah, he shouldn't be coaching the team anymore after his comments yesterday. That hit yesterday, those comments, and then today, all of that. I don't know where we begin. First of all, I don't have any idea whatsoever what's happening right now at Marshall University as far as personnel decisions. And, of course, we have to talk about it. We have to address it. I can't just ignore it. But at the same time, there's no factual basis for any of that right now. There's nothing that says, hey, he's no longer here. I don't have any of that. I don't have any true indicators that would make me believe that he's no longer the coach of the football team. None of that's going on. But we can't ignore it, so we've got to talk about it, and so we will. And again, the text line this hour, 304-396-TALK, 304-396-8255. I'll throw the question out to you here. And again, this is not me, trying to influence you either way. I'm not trying to get you to say, yeah, he should go, or no, he should stay. But I'm kind of curious. I'm going to take a temperature of the room right now. What do you think? With everything that's happened the last couple of days. And let's step back a second. Let's reset where we're at. For those maybe that are trying to catch up, let's reset first and foremost. So yesterday we saw the transfer portal news that Cam Fancher had entered into the transfer portal. A lot of players are entering into the transfer portal, not just at Marshall, but college football. The transfer portal is, I don't want to say a problem, but it's here to stay. And your team is not going to look like the team it did last year, and the team coming up is not going to look like anything you did this year. Every team is going to be completely different. Yeah, there might be a core group of players, but you're going to bring a lot of players in. You're going to see a lot of people leave for various reasons. So there have been some names that have gotten into the transfer portal, and Cam Fancher, probably the biggest name to enter into the transfer portal. So there's a quarterback of the Thundering Herd. He's making a decision that he wants to look elsewhere for an opportunity. And so we've heard Coach Huff in the past talk about this, and most recently at the bowl announcement, that he's not going to try to talk any player out. If a player wants to go into the transfer portal, Coach Huff is going to give them the best information he can possibly give them. He's going to be committed to that kid because, those are his guys. Those are his kids. He's still Coach Huff to them. And so Cam's in the transfer portal. We got all that going on. What are we going to do? What are we going to do? And so then a report comes out, and it was initiated by the sports director of Channel 13, Cassidy Wood. She reached out to Coach Huff, and she asked him about Cam Fancher, asking if that was going to be a surprise. Is that a surprise? Basically, is what she's done. She's asked them to say something like, "Hey, is this a surprise? Were you expecting this?" And Coach replied back to her. Now, I don't know the full extent of the conversation. I was not there. I am not present in those conversations. I also do not have a transcript of anything that Coach Huff would have said. I don't have a copy of any text or any communications. So I'm basing this completely on what she reported. She said in her tweet yesterday, talk to Coach Huff. He says this one doesn't come as a surprise. Quote, there isn't a lot of money for NIL and the fans hate him. The kid has been miserable. So she puts that out there, and all of a sudden, it blows up. Fans see that, and fans are completely beside themselves. Now, again, this is all anecdotal at this point. I haven't heard anyone come up to me and go, you know what? That was great what Coach said. So, and I'm not saying that everybody's mad. There are probably a lot of people who don't know what's going on until they see it on the news. They don't read Twitter. They don't get on social media. But that gets out there. Cam's in the transfer portal. And all of a sudden, we've got ourselves a mess. Because now there's negative reaction to all of this. I mean, how would you like to be a recruit and Marshall University is interested in you, and then you read that, oh, hey, their quarterback's leaving, getting in the transfer portal, and their coach said that they don't have any NIL money, or the fact that the kid was miserable. The fans hated him. He was miserable. That doesn't sound like a place I want to go. I think that's the reaction from a lot of fans. Our text line is 304-396-TALK, 304-396-8255. First up from the text line this hour. What Huff did yesterday is disgusting, a texter says. He needs to be removed immediately. He has lost touch with this fan base. Another texter comes in and says, Coach Huff just told the truth. Marshall fans were the problem. So Coach just speaking his truth. And Marshall fans were the problem, according to another texter. Back to our text line, texter says, if he doesn't stay, we won't have any coaches. Can't see him leaving. And I think all three texts right now, that the first three we've got, it's a different slice from everybody, but I think all of them can be valid, and they are. Because if you're Coach Huff and you get asked that question and you respond, it's not on the reporter if you respond to that. It's not on the reporter. Whatever you say to the reporter, it's not on that person. You know they're a reporter. They're going to report on what you say. Now, if you give them something in confidence and then they betray that confidence, then yeah, it still might not be a good look, but you got something there. But instead, Coach Huff has a conversation with a reporter, and what he said was shared on social media. And so did he intend it to be shared? I don't know. But if you text a reporter, or you message a reporter, or you comment to a reporter, unless you have a relationship with that reporter and you know, hey, we're just talking here. This is off the record. This isn't something that I'm saying for you to report on. Yeah, I'm not surprised by this because I don't have really much money to give or NIL, the fans were a little hard on him and he just wasn't happy here. If you're saying that to respond, that's one thing. If you're saying that and you say it to a reporter, unless it's clarified that, look, this is off the record, I'm not surprised. This is the reason why. Off the record, I'm telling you this. So he says this, and then we get this reaction from fans. It goes national. It's reported. Some members of the national media basically implying that Coach Huff is blaming the fans. And as a fan, you don't like that. You don't like your coach talking down to you. And that's how this has been perceived by some, as your football coach is talking down to you, or your coach is blaming the players and the fans, more so the players' reaction to the fans than anything. And so you can have all three of these first comments I got. It's disgusting. Well, it's not a good look. Coach Huff told the truth, probably did in his understanding of how things are shaken out. He knows a few more things than I do right now, just because of the fact that he's a football coach. He's got his finger on the pulse of what's happening in the building. I don't. And he talks to Cam Fancher. And then, of course, I don't think that Marshall's just going to make a knee-jerk reaction and say, you know what, that was a bad look, but you're gone, Coach. You're out of here. It's going to be difficult to kind of walk this one back a little bit. And the great thing about this is, at least for the standpoint of what was going on, the big story was that members of the Marshall band were upset because the entire band wasn't going to get to go to Frisco. Instead, there's going to be a core group, a representation of members from the band, instead of the full Marching Thunder. The entirety of the Marching Thunder will not be in attendance at Frisco. There will be, the university came out and said, look, here's the deal. This is the deal. Logistics are hard. It costs money to do this stuff. We're going to be able to take this amount of people. And what happens here is someone in the band gets on social media, blows it up, and then people are mad. People are mad that the band's not going, or there are a lot of people who are connected with the band. They're mad that, and me, I'm sitting there going, this happens everywhere. You can't take everybody. You got a logistical challenge here to get everybody that needs to be in Frisco there. And I'm sorry, I don't know how much money this bowl is paying out. Don't ask. I don't know. I don't know what the payout's going to be. I don't know what the financial obligations are going to be. I don't know what the guarantee is going to be. I don't know. But it costs money to send your football team across country and to a destination like Frisco, Texas. And so that was the story. That was going to be the big story. Oh, the band's not going to go to the bowl. Okay, only a few members are going to go to the bowl. And that completely got blown over yesterday. That was gone by the time I got to the Henderson Center and set up and was ready to go for the basketball game. I thought that, okay, let's talk basketball, but no, we have to talk, first of all, people and hurt feelings. And I get it. We all get hurt feelings. I get it. I mean, somebody probably wanted to go to the Frisco game, and they don't get to go because not everybody can go. I don't get to go to the bowl game. I don't. I'm not getting to go to the bowl game, and that's just reality here. Not everybody gets to go to the game. Some people can't go because it's, on a weeknight and they can't travel. Other people can't afford to go, and so they got to listen to me talk about it and then listen to the radio or watch it on TV. And people don't realize that it costs money to do these things. Yeah, you might get a little bit back from it, but not much. There's a cost to everything. And then you're trying to get the football players there, and then all of a sudden you have, well, are you sending the band? Well, we can send some representation, but we can't send the entire band. And then that turns into nobody's talking about that anymore because university was able to work out a plan to take care of some members of the band, like a pep band, like a travel size band, pep band. And that blows over because then we've got Fancher entering the transfer portal. And you know what? If he goes in the transfer portal and finds an opportunity that works for him, I'm happy for him. And then you have Coach Huff responding, according to the report from Cassidy Wood. She's not making that stuff up. I don't think she's sitting there like, let me make this stuff up today because I want some social media hits. I mean, I would love to have the social media hits that she's getting right now, but we're not sitting there making stuff up. Like, yeah, Coach Huff said there's no NIL money and that the kid was miserable here. And of course, now some of that's trying to be walked back, not by Coach Huff or not by, Cassidy. I'm hearing that like, no, he wasn't miserable here. And honestly, to be completely candid with you, some of the comments that I have seen about Cam were complimentary. And a lot of the comments that I have seen about Cam, and this is going back to a Saturday night, we're all gathering after the game to talk about the game, and Marshall would lose the game. I mean, when Marshall would win, there were people not happy with either his performance or the play calling. There was a mixed bag. It wasn't all, hey, Cam is terrible. There was some of that. Cam was terrible. Clint Trickett was terrible. Huff's terrible. The play calling is terrible. It's not entertaining. Coach got out-coached. There's so many things that hit, not just social media, but when we do our post-game show, give you an opportunity to react, talk about the game, what you like. Some of that stuff you don't see, you don't hear, because there's just some stuff I can't repeat. Not because I'm gatekeeping, it's because I can't say that on the air. That's getting to the point where it's getting personal, and there were personal attacks on the young man. So if he's leaving because he's miserable, I get it. If he's not miserable and he's leaving for different opportunities, I get that too. But if you're the coach of the Thundering Herd and you put that out there, that's going to get you a reaction that you might not like. And for some, hey, that's real talk. He's speaking the truth. He's saying the truth. And for others, hey, you can't say that. I can say that. I can talk about that. They can dismiss me. Oh, that's just Paul. Just being negative. You can dismiss me if you want. Hey, look, Paul, he's just being, the guy's never, ever positive. And it's funny. I would speak to a class now and then at Marshall, and I spoke to one recently, and I told them, because they were asking questions about the profession, I'm like, guys, here's the thing. I get people who hate me because I sound like I'm too negative about the team. I'm too negative. And then the same people will hate me because I'm too positive about the team. I can't win. It's a catch-22. But that's okay. I get it. I absolutely get it, but it is out there. And, if that's Cam's reason for entering the transfer portal, I completely get it. If his reasons are, look, I liked it here, I had a great time, I want to explore the different opportunities, it's just not working out, maybe, just maybe, I want to play in a different system, I want to play in a different school, there's an opportunity, for me, maybe I think to go somewhere else and maybe be in the system that works for me. Texter comes in and says, fan treatment of Cam Fancher has been shameful. Grant Wells was under similar pressure. It is understandable that greener pastures would look attractive, but exist elsewhere. Notre Dame fans were livid with their players and coaches after the Marshall defeat. Same with Ohio State fans after almost losing to the Herd. Clemson. The list goes on. Regardless, To all the guys transferring, thanks for your contribution. I hope you find what you're looking for. Man, that's a great text. It happens everywhere. It completely happens everywhere. I know fans were not happy with Owen Porter. Owen Porter came out and said something about the fan treatment, booing. And I know fans were trying to be defensive on social media and other outlets. Like, look, no, we're not booing you. We're booing the play calling. We're booing Coach Huff. I got that a lot. We're booing Coach Huff. He's the one that we're throwing that at, not you. But all they hear are fans booing. They don't know where it's directed. They hear it. It's coming from the fans. It's coming. Fans leave early. They don't want to watch it anymore. The fans see that. I'm sorry, the players see that. I mean, other fans see that. Fans come to the game. They leave at halftime sometimes. They never come back. Hey, it's your dime. You can do what you want to do. I'm with you there. I get it. Now, I'm not going to tell you to stay in your seat. But all this stuff registers with these players. So if the guy is miserable, I hate that for him. And if he's not, and this is something that is being blown out of proportion, it's just not a good look. But it all comes down to that's a statement that Coach Huff made about the fact that I can't retain people. He was speaking to a reporter. If it was supposed to be off the record, maybe that should have been stressed or should have been made clear. Hey, look, I can speak to you off the record. I'll tell you. I can't keep these kids because we don't have NIL money. The fans are on him all the time. They hated him. He's miserable here. Yeah, if I'm told that off the record, then okay, I understand. Thank you. Thanks for telling me that. I mean, I can't use that, obviously, on the air because it's confidential, but I understand. But now, all fans here is Coach Huff is saying we have no NIL money, that we're the reason that Cam's leaving. He's blaming us for that. It's shameful or disgusting or whatever adjective that has been thrown out at me. All right, we got to get our first break. We got to do that. Let's get more of your text in, 304-396-TALK, 304-396-8255. This is The Drive, ESPN 94.1 and AM 930.
It's the holiday season, and Famous Footwear is stocked with all the styles your family wants from the brands you love at prices that fit everyone's list. Shop the comfiest Hey Dude shoes and coolest Crocs, or snag the perfect pair of Bear Paw boots and slippers. Plus, for a limited time, find the latest Nike styles for the whole family at savings of up to 30% off. Shop famous.com or bring the whole family into a Famous Footwear near you and spread some cheer this holiday season with the gift of famously great shoes. Valid on select styles.
With the Greater Huntington Candy Cane Trail, it has never been sweeter to shop local for the holidays. Download the free Greater Huntington Candy Cane Trail mobile passport at huntingtonchamber.org/trail to access exclusive offers at your favorite businesses. Earn points by checking in and redeeming coupons as you sleigh your way through the trail to win prizes including a $1,000 grand cash prize. Download the pass at huntingtonchamber.org/trail.
Hey, Tri-State, Frank's Place is where friends hang out with friends. Stop on by for happy hour from 4 to 6 p.m. and a lot of daily specials. If you are a sports fan, we have what you need, from the Sunday ticket for the NFL, college football, Major League playoffs, and more. Listen up, Tri-State, if you are a first responder, stop by Frank's Place and check out the specials we have just for you. Frank's Place, located at the River Place Plaza next to Fratelli's. Check us out on Facebook for weekly updates and specials. Frank's Place, your home away from home.
Stalwart Insurance is the name for insurance in the Tri-State. They are committed to delivering tailored benefit solutions with thoughtful, strategic planning with valuable professional services. Stop by or call Stalwart Insurance for your homeowner's insurance needs. Stalwart Insurance is located right beside Kenny Queen Hardware on Route 10 in Barbersville. Call Stalwart Insurance anytime at 304-552-3883. That's 304-552-3883. Or visit them online at stalwartinsurance.com.
Now is the time to add on a new bathroom or remodel your old one with the latest up-to-date bathroom fixtures from Mutual Wholesalers, 710 5th Street, Huntington. Come in today to Mutual Wholesalers' beautiful showroom and see how your new bathroom will look. Check out Acre by Max. Have a new bathroom this year. Mutual Wholesalers, locally owned and operated, 710 5th Street, Huntington. Call 304-525-9118.
Metro Community Federal Credit Union has been serving the Huntington community for 70 years and is proud to announce our newest location in Lavalette. We look forward to bringing the residents of Wayne County a modern banking facility, a full range of services, advanced technology, expert financial advice, community involvement, and even a smart coffee kiosk cafe. Learn more about Metro Community Federal Credit Union online at metrocommunityfcu.com. Equal housing lender. Member NCUA.
All Glockner locations are spreading holiday cheer during our annual Small Town Christmas Sales event. We have the vehicles that'll make your holidays merry and bright with the season's lowest live market prices. Glockner is making this season truly magical by offering the fastest, most transparent 5-star customer experience for you. And because we love our small town community, we're offering our biggest trade values. Let's make this a small town Christmas to remember.
We make it easy at Glockner.com.
Now at Menards, save big money on your next project. Find plumb, level, and 45 degrees quickly with a Johnson Levels Magnetic Torpedo Level. It's durable, easy to read, and glows in the dark, ensuring accurate results in both bright and low light areas. Get precise and efficient measurements with a 9-inch magnetic torpedo level for just $6.98 after $9 mail-in rebate. Prices are good through December 11th. Savings are a mail-in rebate. Some exclusions apply. See store for details.
This is The Drive with Paul Swann on ESPN 94.1 FM and AM 930.
We're here taking your text this hour, 304-396-TALK, 304-396-8255. You can find me on X, formerly known as Twitter, at Paul Swann. Want to talk basketball? Let's talk basketball. Thundering Herd fell to Duquesne yesterday. It was a game in which the Thundering Herd had difficulty shooting. That usually happens when you play basketball. If you can't shoot the ball, you're not going to win. But Marshall falls 85-72. Dan, in his post-game comments, if you didn't catch them yesterday, we always have those for you, at least on the home games and most of the road games as well. We do that after the game broadcast is over. You tune in right here on ESPN 94.1 and AM 930, or you can listen in on 93.7 The Dog for our post-game show. We usually have his comments, and he said that he thought the team played harder. He said that they played harder, but the score doesn't make it look like they played harder. But he thinks they played better. I'm paraphrasing here. And he said that Duquesne's a good team. They're a good team. Cameron Crawford had a career-high 20 points. He was 9 for 18, so he was hitting it. Obina Anachili-Killen had 13. Nate Martin didn't have a good game. He had 11 boards, but he couldn't get a double-double. Marshall had a lead at one point, and then Duquesne just went off. Really, I was feeling good about the game earlier. Marshall had a lead. I'm like, okay, this could be a close one. It's going to be back and forth a little bit, but it's going to be, I think, competitive. And then Duquesne just jets out to a 14-0 run, takes a lead. Marshall could not get back. There were some things that contributed to this loss. The fact that Duquesne scored 30 points from the line. Are you kidding me? 30 points from the line. If I read that right yesterday when I was looking at the stats, Duquesne scored more points in that second half from the line than they did from the field. I don't think I've seen that anytime soon. I don't think I've seen that. I know it's happened, but I haven't seen that in a long time. If I have, I don't remember it. And so Duquesne gets the victory. The Herd has itself a 4-game losing streak now. Got to go back on the road. Got to take on Ohio. And here we go again. Marshall's going to take on another Mid-American Conference opponent. And if Marshall loses this, I don't know what the reaction is going to be, but I think I can guess. Right now, in my mind, I've got a couple responses. First of all, Marshall fans hate losing the MAC teams, especially the fans that have been around longer. I get that. Marshall definitely wasn't the favorite child of the Mid-American Conference. Marshall was brought back in for football when the program was starting to have a lot of success, winning national championships. Marshall made the leap back into Division I, got into the Mid-American Conference, and you know what? That worked. That absolutely worked for Marshall. And then Marshall started chasing television dollars, and it got into the Sun Belt, and the Sun Belt just collapsed and imploded before it didn't with getting Liberty into the New Year's Six Bowl. And here we are, some old hostilities. Marshall fans look down on the Mid-American Conference. A lot of them do. Am I wrong? I mean, I'll pose that to you. Am I wrong? You look down on the Mid-American Conference. 304-396-TALK, 304-396-8255. Am I wrong? I'm wrong, but I don't think so. So there's that going for this thing, especially with the Miami of Ohio loss, and then now possibly losing to Ohio. It hasn't been played yet, but it's a possibility. Also, I don't know if apathy is set in just yet. We'll see down the line here. If Marshall gets hot, we'll see crowds, come back. Hasn't been a sellout yet. Is the apathy setting in a little bit for Herd fans that maybe just don't think that this team has got what it takes? That this team's going to do well in the Sun Belt this year? That this team's going to make a run? That this team, maybe is not as good? And then I had a lot of people yesterday on our post-game show. And again, this is a small sample size. It is not the entirety of Herd fans. It is not the entirety of people who follow the program. But there are some people that just think that, Dan, he's the oldest coach now in college basketball. He's the oldest coach now. He's it. He's the guy. He's the one who's the oldest. And there are some people that think, hey, look, Dan, we love you, but maybe it's time to step aside. There are people who are saying that. And again, it's just where I'm taking the pulse of Herd fans. It's not the full picture. It's not the full entire body of Herd fans, but that's kind of some of what I'm getting right now. From our text line, texter says, I don't look down on the MAC, but I do think a lot of Herd fans do. I agree with that. I don't look down on the MAC. I learned because Marshall was in the MAC. And honestly, when Marshall was going back in the MAC, I thought, hey, that's going to be all right because that's a good basketball league. I was happy for basketball because the MAC at the time was a good basketball league. Still is. It's all right. It's not bad at all. Back to the text line. I don't have my numbers in front of me. I'll double check it. Let me. That's my homework assignment. I don't have those in front of me. But the texter asks, "This is not a good shooting team. What is the percentage for the year?" Let me get that. I don't think it's good. I know the 3-point shooting is not good. It was under 20% last night, just off the top of my head. It's not good. That's the 3-point shot. They're a little bit better. But some of the things that we're seeing is there were some open shots. There were some uncontested open shots, and they just weren't going in. This wasn't a shot where it was being contested, that someone was in your face. There were some misses that were open. So I get it. You got the green light. If you got a good look at the basket, take the shot. But if you got a good look and you're not hitting it, and that's consistent, that's not like a rare miss, it's a consistent miss, then your shooting percentages are going to be way down. And, of course, Duquesne was able to, inside the arc, they were able to score. Some texters yesterday, and you might disagree with this, but they thought that, and some callers as well thought, hey, look, Marshall's having problems with mismatches here. I think the problem here is that, honestly, and I know we don't want to talk about it, but this team is not what last year's team was. This team is not last year's team. And that's all I'll say on that, because I know that Dan has pointed that out, that this is not last year's team. We're going to be deficient in some spots. But he was happy with some things. Scoreboard didn't indicate it, but he's happy with some things, and we'll see if that translates here in the next few weeks to some renewed success for the Thundering Herd. 304-396-TALK, 304-396-8255. We got to get our next break in. More coming up. It's The Drive, ESPN 94.1 and AM 930.
It's the holiday season, and Famous Footwear is stocked with all the styles your family wants from the brands you love at prices that fit everyone's list. Shop the comfiest Hey Dude shoes and coolest Crocs, or snag the perfect pair of Bear Paw boots and slippers. Plus, for a limited time, find the latest Nike styles for the whole family at savings of up to 30% off. Shop famous.com or bring the whole family into a Famous Footwear near you and spread some cheer this holiday season with the gift of famously great shoes. Valid on select styles.
Expand your tool set with professional power tools from Menards. Metabo represents the gold standard in nailers and cordless power tools. Whether you're at home or on the job site, tackle any building project with Metabo. Power tools make great gifts. Grab the cordless 18-gauge brad nailer, ideal for trim work and molding installation, now on sale for $199.99. Sale price good through December 11th. Plus, a Menards gift card is always a great gift idea.
Stuck in a state of falling behind, struggling to keep up with kids, finances, insurance, and life? Well, let your State Farm agent help you simplify and get to a better state. With State Farm handling your auto, home, and life insurance, you'll have more time to handle everything else. More money, too. Adding State Farm policies can earn discounts that could add up to 40% and help you get ahead. Call an agent today and get to a better state with State Farm. In Huntington, Jeff Smith, 304-781-1234. In Milton, Eric Dodson, 304-390-4515. And in Wayne, Vicky Tabor, 304-272-5149.
Giovanni's has great Italian dishes: spaghetti with meat sauce, lasagna, ravioli, manicotti, and baked lasagna. Giovanni's has the best sandwiches around, from the stromboli, Italian sub, calzones, and their signature Big Red. All dinners will be served with hot garlic bread or Italian rolls. Giovanni's Pizza, fresh, hot, and tasty. Have it delivered right to your door. Giovanni's, the Italian place to be.
Our Kindred Communications family of stations reminds you of the need for blood donations to the Red Cross. Blood is always needed. It may save your life or the life of a loved one. This reminder is brought to you in part by
Swisher and Losi Pharmacy, independently owned with free local delivery and drive-through service. 636 East Main Street, Pomeroy, Ohio. Area Agency on Aging, Southern Ohio's designated aging and disability resource network. Dutch Miller Kia, Route 60 in Barbersville, the home of friends and family pricing for everyone.
Now is the time to add on a new bathroom or remodel your old one with the latest up-to-date bathroom fixtures from Mutual Wholesalers, 710 5th Street, Huntington. Come in today to Mutual Wholesalers' beautiful showroom and see how your new bathroom will look. Check out Acre by Max. Have a new bathroom this year. Mutual Wholesalers, locally owned and operated, 710 5th Street, Huntington. Call 304-525-9118.
Get the tire that will see you through the cold and then some. The Michelin Cross Climate 2 tire handles snow with confidence. Sure, but it also outperforms competitors in dry or wet conditions all year round, even when worn. The long-lasting all-season Michelin Cross Climate 2 tire, because winter doesn't last forever. TikTok Tire, 3rd Avenue in Huntington, across from Jones C. Edwards Stadium, has the right set of Michelin tires for whatever you drive. See michelinman.com/auto/deals, promotions and rebates for complete details. Offer expires 12/5/23. Void where prohibited. This is The Drive with Paul Swann on ESPN 94.1 FM and AM 930.
Welcome back to our Thursday edition, The Drive on ESPN 94.1 and AM 930. I'm your host, Paul Swann. We're taking your text this hour, 304-396-TALK, 304-396-8255. You can find me on X, formerly known as Twitter, at Paul Swann. Had a texter ask me a few minutes ago, previous segment, that first of all, they said this is not a good shooting team. We're talking about Marshall men's basketball, and they asked, what is the percentage for the year? Right now, the Thundering Herd is shooting .397. They have made 209, and they have attempted 527 shots. 209 made, 527 attempted. Three-point shot. Are you ready for this? The three-point shot, they are at .255. They have attempted 200 shots, and they have made 51 three-point shots. They're 25%. They're 25%. One of four has a chance of going in. They're 25% from the three-point line. They're giving up an average of 365. 36% from the three-point line is what they're giving up, and they're making 25%. Marshall has taken more three-point shots combined than the opponents. The numbers are this. 70 of 192 is what they're giving up from the three-point line. What they're taking is 51 of 200. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know how you change that. Marshall is averaging now on the season 73.8 points a contest. They are losing by an average of 7.6 points. I don't know what to tell you. Free throw line is a little bit better. Free throw line, the Thundering Herd, is 71%. 121 made, 169 attempted. Now, if you back that down a little bit, if you dialed down your shots from the three-point line, but again, there were some open looks yesterday. There were looks that were open, and they didn't make them. I mean, what are you going to do? You know how this team is built. This is a team that Dan likes to take that shot. And he says that in practice they're going down. He said that before. But in the game, they have missed almost 75% of their three-point shots. And that's not the only reason why the Herd's having difficulties right now. That's definitely not the only reason. But I think that's a big contributor. Marshall is barely in the positive in turnovers per game. Marshall's committing 13.3 turnovers a contest. And Marshall has a plus 0.1 turnover margin. Barely even. Barely even. Blocks per game, averaging over 5. Marshall's averaging over 6 steals a contest. I don't know what to tell you. I can say the simple things, the things that you want to, hey, shoot better. Try harder, shoot better. But at the end of the day, this is not a good shooting team. That's going to kill you. Until they can get that going, until they can get a rhythm and they can find the shot. And not all the shots they took yesterday were bad shots. They just were not good. Texter writes in, says that they were in school when Marshall joined the Mid-American Conference, and says that Marshall was a good fit and the MAC was a good fit. So everybody was a good fit for each other. It was a good fit geographically, similar schools, fun memories, and enjoy playing MAC teams. I don't have a problem playing MAC teams. I don't want to play all the MAC teams. I mean, don't dial up Eastern Michigan for me. I don't want to see Eastern Michigan. Ypsilanti. I don't want to go to Ypsilanti. Central's okay now and then. Western's cool. I'm okay with that. I like Western. I don't want to see, don't dial up Buffalo for me. Like, hey, we're going to play a MAC school. Okay, Buffalo. No, I'm good. We saw enough of them a few years ago. Hey, we're going to play Miami of Ohio. Okay, there's some history there. Going to play Ohio. Okay, there's some history there. Let's play Toledo. Okay, I'm good with that too. How about Akron? All right, I'll play Akron. Akron. Give me Akron. Who's left? There are schools that I'll be okay to play. Now, I enjoy some of the Sun Belt schools more because they used to be Southern Conference schools. I enjoy Appalachian State and Georgia Southern. I will always enjoy Appalachian State and Georgia Southern on the schedule more than I would some of the Mid-American Conference schools. Because when I was growing up, Marshall was in the Southern Conference, and those were the schools that I formed the rivalries with as far as being a fan of the herd and rooting against. Quick timeout. We'll get more of your texts in when we continue. This is The Drive, ESPN 94.1 and AM 930.
It's the holiday season, and Famous Footwear is stocked with all the styles your family wants from the brands you love at prices that fit everyone's list. Shop the comfiest Hey Dude shoes and coolest Crocs, or snag the perfect pair of Bear Paw boots and slippers. Plus, for a limited time, find the latest Nike styles for the whole family at savings of up to 30% off. Shop famous.com or bring the whole family into a Famous Footwear near you and spread some cheer this holiday season with the gift of famously great shoes. Valid on select styles.
You just can't stop once you've tried Scraggle Pop. Scraggle Pop kettle corn has become a favorite snack throughout the tri-state area, and they are now expanding beyond. This Christmas season, come visit Scraggle Pop at the Huntington Mall, the Ashland Town Center, Food Fair, and a number of great tri-state retailers. They have an assortment of delicious flavors like cinnamon, caramel, Chicago blend, and of course the original blend of kettle corn that started it all. Grab your favorite kettle corn blend along with a frozen sweet tea, lemonade, or hot apple cider. Take home a beautiful Christmas tin for yourself or as a gift for family and friends. Scraggle Pop also offers many sports team tins for the sports fan in your life. So check them out today at the Huntington Mall or the Ashland Town Center. Scraggle Pop now ships nationwide. Visit their website at scragglepop.com to send your loved ones a tin of their favorite flavor. You just can't stop once you've tried Scraggle Pop. ScragglePopKettlecorn.com.
Check out Working Man's Store in Huntington, the biggest inventory of scrubs in West Virginia, featuring brands such as Medcouture, Infinity, Dickies, and Cherokee at the best price. Working Man's Store has one of the largest selections of big and tall shirts, jackets, and jeans in the area. Working Man's Store is the king of blue jeans with Levi's, Dickies, Carhartt, Lee, and Wranglers in sizes up to 72. And Working Man's Store has the best selection of men's work boots and casual shoes anywhere at the best price. Working Man's Store, open every day at 145th Avenue, Huntington.
Hey, Tri-State, Frank's Place is where friends hang out with friends. Stop on by for happy hour from 4 to 6 p.m. and a lot of daily specials. If you were a sports fan, we have what you need, from the Sunday ticket for the NFL, college football, Major League playoffs, and more. Listen up, Tri-State. If you are a first responder, stop by Frank's Place and check out the specials we have just for you. Frank's Place, located at the River Place Plaza next to Fratelli's. Check us out on Facebook for weekly updates and specials. Frank's Place, your home away from home.
Stalwart Insurance is the name for insurance in the tri-state. They are committed to delivering tailored benefit solutions with thoughtful, strategic planning with valuable professional services. Stop by or call Stalwart Insurance for your homeowner's insurance needs. Stalwart Insurance is located right beside Kenny Queen Hardware on Route 10 in Barbersville. Call Stalwart Insurance anytime at 304-552-3883. That's 304-552-3883. Or visit them online at stalwartinsurance.com.
Get the tire that will see you through the cold and then some. The Michelin Cross Climate 2 tire handles snow with confidence. Sure, but it also outperforms competitors in dry or wet conditions all year round, even when worn. The long-lasting all-season Michelin Cross Climate 2 tire, because winter doesn't last forever. TikTok Tire, 3rd Avenue in Huntington, across from Joan C. Edwards Stadium, has the right set of Michelin tires for whatever you drive. See michelinman.com/auto/deals, promotions and rebates for complete details. Offer expires 12/5/23. Void where prohibited.
Attention Tri-State, Bluegrass Wound Care and Hyperbarics is now open and accepting new patients. If you or a loved one are dealing with persistent wounds that will not heal, trust the experts at Bluegrass Wound Care and Hyperbarics to provide compassionate and advanced care. Their skilled team, equipped with state-of-the-art technology, is here for you. They're dedicated to your well-being and comfort. Experience the difference at Bluegrass Wound Care and Hyperbarics. Visit bluegrasswoundcare.com or call 606-503-2505 to schedule your appointment today.
This is The Drive with Paul Swann on ESPN 94.1 FM and AM 930.
Final segment for today's edition of The Drive on ESPN 94.1 and AM 930. I'm your host, Paul Swann. Thanks for tuning in. We had a long night yesterday, didn't we? We had a long day yesterday. Looking forward to the rest of the week with you. Don't forget, you can find me on, it used to be called Twitter. It's now X, at Paul Swann. And, of course, we'll post the podcast later on tonight if you missed it. Any part of the show, you can go back and get it when it's available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts. That's where you'll be able to get the show. Thanks for tuning in. I do appreciate it. We've had a fun show today. We've had a completely fun show today. And for those of you who are wondering, hey, is Coach Huff, is he resigning? Is he gonna be fired? He's still retweeting stuff. He's tweeting stuff. He's retweeting stuff. Looks like a man who still has a job to me. I don't know if I'm about ready to lose my job. I don't know if I'm retweeting stuff for my employer. That's just me. I don't think I'm going to try to do something to throw people off the scent, though. Then again, it wouldn't be major. It wouldn't be major internet news if I lost my job. Maybe it would. I don't know. But I don't think he's going anywhere. Now, this will be revisited, this comment, if that happens here within the next couple of weeks. This is going to be a comment that I'll have to stand to defend. But no, I don't think he's going anywhere right now. I don't think that this is going to be a situation where the team goes into the bowl game without its coach. Stranger things have happened, though, but the drama does continue, and we'll keep an eye on it. Thanks for tuning in. So we'll be back with you tomorrow. We don't have a Coach Huff show tonight because it's after the final game and the bowl is yet to be played. So there's not a Coach Huff show scheduled, and that was already on the schedule, so don't read into anything there. We will have coming up tonight, Thursday Night Football. We go on a little earlier because we don't have a Coach Huff show in the time slot, 7:30. So for those of you that can't watch the game, we got you covered right here on ESPN 94.1 and AM 930. I appreciate everyone tonight who tuned in. I'll be back with you tomorrow. We'll do it all over again, try to do it better here on ESPN 94.1 and AM 930.
Retransmitting on Glorious FM on 94.1 W227BS Huntington. This is 930 WRVC Huntington, celebrating 100 years of broadcasting.